Hello there, welcome to another new episode of Beyond Barriers, and your host here is Matiku Boaz. This is a show where we come on together, we explain to people more about the disabilities. Kindly share, like, and subscribe. We want to talk about the classifications of the mental disorder. The previous episode, I explained to you the classifications of all kind of disabilities, the types and the causes. So if you have not shared, if you have not watched also the previous episode, kindly do so that we entail all people together. We want to try to talk about this mental disorder. This also known as the mental illness. This tries to affect most of the people. You may be abnormal, yet you don't know. So let's roll out and look at this kind of disorder. We want to talk about the disorder. The first one I'm explaining is about the mental, and I've said it is also known as the mental. The mental disorder is also known as the mental illness, and this one affects more of the emotions of someone. This one try to explain more about the feeling of someone and the behavior. We are trying to look on how this relate to others' way of causing distress into our normal way of life. So this may change more of the emotions, like I've talked about the emotions. I've said this also interfere with someone's work, maybe at school level, maybe at the workplace, your career choices where you are doing your normal kind of day work. So it is also trying to hinder someone to do the work based onto the abilities or onto your talent. So this mental disorder also vary. It also vary from mild to severe. You find that it also comes in changes today, tomorrow, like that. So as time goes by, it transfers now from mild to severe. So under mental disorder that I want to talk about today, ndio watu waelewe zaidi. You may be there thinking that you are normal, yet you're not. There are so many things that are coming on to your life. Again, this one also try to explain so that maybe you are somewhere, you may get this idea, then you transform it to someone. Or unaona mtu ni mgonjwa pahali in a certain place of work, maybe in your home, or maybe your kid. So you look at this, you find that there's kind of problem. So there's a bit of idea, a hint that can help. So under classifications of mental disorder, I'm trying to talk about the first one called the neurodevelopment disorder. That's what I want to try to explain more of today episode. The neurodevelopment disorder also has been sub-classified. So we are going to look on them one by one. The first one that I want to talk about today is called the dyslexia. So the dyslexia is a learning disorder that mainly affects a person's disability to read, to write, and to spell, even though they're intelligent. So it doesn't mean that these people are kind of stupid, no, or they're dumb, no. These people are intelligent, but they have problem in matters of learning, more so in writing. They have problems when it's coming to writing. Then they have problem when it's coming to spelling of words. And again, when you are reading. So you find that this affects so many people. You may be included there, yet you don't know. People with dyslexia have troubles with the one that I've talked about, recognizing letters and words. You can find like there's a certain letter that is giving this kind of a person problem, maybe in trying to write it or pronouncing it. Yeah, we are coming from different tribes, so in this particular country where I'm trying to explain this, someone coming from maybe Somali culture may be having a problem in letter P and B, but you find that there's a time where this person, it is just coming out, hajui could differentiate the P and the B. So that's number two, linking sounds to letters. How to link now the sounds with the letters. For example, you want to say mambo. Now the person can write P-A-M-B-O, bambo. So he or she is having a problem now to link these kind of letters with the sounds. Then also reading fluently. You may have the person is having a bit of problems when you're coming to write or to read fluently. Is stammering kind of, or when he's trying to read, then he's getting a lot of time to connect with from the cognitive. So it's coming to be a problem. Then also spelling correctly. Not all that having problem in terms of spelling are all kind of having dyslexia, no? But these are kind of now the troubles that these people coming with the mental disorder are facing. You can notify. You can come and notify this kind from childhood, more so when children start learning this, how to read, when children now starting learning how to write a certain kind of age. It's from the age of 3 years and above. So there are those who are slow learners though, but these are kind of now the kind of problems that this part of neurodevelopment and mental disorder are facing. Again, it can also be genetic. In biology, you also came up with this word, or you came to learn more about this word genetic, that is coming from the family genes, hereditary. It's coming from the genes. So maybe the parents may be having it, or the forefathers or the grandparents, maybe they had the problem. So it's coming from that kind of part. And there are kind of common signs that you can come up and see when you are dealing with this type of neuro disorder. Reading much more slowly than classmates. More so when you're a teacher, when you are teaching and you now come to a position where you are seeing this kind of a kid, he's having problems, he or she is too much slowly when it's coming to reading in class. So sometimes you also don't punish. You can come closely, you monitor the kid, you try to look at the problems. Not that all learners who are having problems in reading or writing slowly are having this kind of a disorder. No. Then the mixing up of the letters, you may find this kind of a learner is having the mix up of the letters with the letter P or letter B and D. That's also giving hectic problems maybe to learners. Then difficult to remembering words that are seen often. So they have problems when it comes to remembering some words or letters, something that you can maybe teaching just like a few seconds back. If you ask the kid, then it will be a bit hard for him or her to remember what you said. Then struggling up with spelling. You can give like an easy kind of a word, this kind of a letter of a word. For example, you may give like a mother, a bit that is also intense a bit. You can start with maybe a boy, a girl, a cat, dog, and you see the kid is having a problem with the spelling. Don't beat or don't punish. Not all. Maybe some have this kind of problems. Again, not that learners may also have positive part of this. Not only the learners, but those people who are having this kind of a disorder. The first one is that they are good problem solving skills. They have good problem solving skills. Yeah, so how much they will take time to solve a certain problem, but they will do it perfectly. So you also give them time, then they will do to you that work perfectly. They are also good in creative thinking. Yeah, they are good creative thinkers, and these you can look onto maybe with a certain task. and you look on how they reason, on how they think about a certain kind of task, then you also see that it is not that much bad. Then they are also strong in terms of reasoning and imagination. Yeah, we're trying of coming up with a new idea coming from the mindset. Then they produce what they are thinking of to maybe a paper. Then you will see that these learners or these people with the dyslexia, they have good high in terms of reasoning. They also are good in talents and arts, more so music and design. So not that now if you have kind of a disability, and this goes to all people who maybe think of that those people who are kind of disabled cannot have a good talent. No, these people are also very good footballers. These people are good athletes. These people are good boxers. Just give them time, then you will see that these people can do better. So talents are also good. We give these people time. They have abilities that they can also show to us. So tusiwafiche nyumbani tafadhali. If you have any person who is kind of disabled, then usimfiche, just come out, give the learner the rights. Let her or him go to school, also interact with people. This is a lifelong, but with the right support. I'm talking about this kind of disability. It is a lifelong. It means that it can goes up from childhood up to adulthood. But if you give a good support, if you give a good morals to this kind of a person growing up, then the learner will just succeed in life, in school and other parts of the career. Maybe is our a banker somewhere, maybe he is a politician, maybe the person is a doctor, maybe the person is an engineer. When you just give full support to this kind of people, then they will produce their best, because I've talked of the positive, the strengths. These people also need this kind of rights to do their best. Thank you for watching this, and up to the next episode, kindly subscribe, share and like. Bye for now.